Hey folks, and today is February the 14th. Hopefully you've had a decent Valentine's Day. If you've been a single, lonely gamer like myself, hopefully you ordered a takeaway, got some drinks in, played some games, had a chilled out evening. Today we're chatting about Gears 5 and the recent patch. I've personally had a really good day. As you can see, somewhere on the screen, we reached the content goal. So, I don't know, it's just been a really good day. I'm a bit tired. I've been streaming about 11 hours, but I can't complain. We reached our sort of content goal for the month of January to February. So I'm glad people thought the content was worth supporting. People, such as you can see on screen, the one-eyed silly Willy came in big with the content goal, and it's people like that, and it's people that are watching and commenting that do keep me motivated and do allow me to do and put as much time in sort of as I do, and I really do enjoy it. But it does mean a lot when somebody goes out of their way to support me and allow me to put in as much time and effort as I do. We just came off a 5-hour session of Gears where we sort of wrote down some thoughts and feelings of the game, which I'll be putting into another video. But this is the patch. Let's get into it. Let's see what Gears has got in store for us, and let's hope, see, pray. Let's see what the game's got in for us. Now, there will be a few people that are wondering, okay, you've enjoyed the game, you've had fun tonight on Gears, what's it like? If you want to see what it's like, I've just done a Gib range video. If you want some quick thoughts, I personally have really enjoyed playing Gears recently. It takes some getting used to, that shorter Gib range. Sometimes you shoot, you do 85%, but you've got to realise you're just shooting way too early because you've been conditioned from Gears 4 and Gears 5 to just shoot from this crazy distance. I've seen pros on Twitter asking for the Gib range to be increased by 1.5%. People want the shotgun to be one-shotting people borderline across the map, and I don't think that's conducive of good gameplay. I do think the developers have taken a step in the right direction. Adding poke damage and lowering the Gib range has allowed me to have a lot more extended fights, and it's given me some options to play in the battlefield, meaning sometimes I can land a big chunk and think, okay, I'll go wide on this guy and I'll down him from a distance. I'll play for 3-shot downs. Maybe I will steam in because I've snuck up on him and I know I can get in that shorter Gib range and confirm the kill. If I'm not sure I can get in that shorter Gib range, it's time to look at a different approach to attack the enemy. And I think it's just taking some adjusting. Now, speaking of adjusting, we've got the patch notes. Let's take a look at what is in store for us. Patch 4.1, XP tuning, Gnasher tuning, Valentine's event, and tour medals. Title update 4.1 is the first hotfix of Gears 5, a new approach we're embracing at the Coalition to allow us to be more nimble and reactive to the most impactful issues in the game. These hotfixes fall out of schedule of any title updates and instead focus on targeted updates for those issues. Our first hotfix is currently in certification, with a non-final but expected release date of Tuesday, February the 18th. This hotfix is going to focus on key issues, PvE issues that have emerged since the last title update. Now, a hotfix, for those that don't play, say, PC games, is like an update that the server can push out without you sort of updating. You don't need to download anything. They don't need to certify it. And this is a great approach, I feel like. I don't know why this wasn't the approach originally. Maybe there's been some technical reason or a change. Maybe someone has changed their mind at the studio. Higher ups have decided to do this, but hotfixes are always flying out for League of Legends. Developers aren't perfect people. Sometimes you come out with an idea, like let's look at League of Legends, a massive game, right? They came up with this idea, the Banner of Command. You could buff up a minion to be immune to magic damage, right? It buffed up the minion and it pushed a lane. All of a sudden, 5 people were building this item. 5 lanes they were all getting pushed by 5 people, and you couldn't play a game if you didn't build Banner of the Command. Now, if this was a title update, we'd have to wait weeks for it to be fixed, and we'd all be stuck with poor gameplay for weeks and weeks. A hotfix allows them to adjust the update and the number instantly and say, actually, that needs to be disabled, that item, whilst we tweak the numbers or change the percentage of immunity or whatever they're changing. So the idea of hotfixing Gears sounds good to me. Gameplay. Players can no longer gain momentum based speed boost after using melee, so the melee speed boost is gone. Great. Updated the Gnasher weapon switching animation to be in a ready fire state 4 frames earlier. This basically kind of stops that whole up A weird missing thing, and sometimes you just miss due to this 4 frame window, which just goes to show, really, doesn't it, how small this and how fragile this balancing can be, that 4 frames can make such a big difference. And that's kind of what I wanted to say in this video, is I don't also think that balance will be like the savior of Gears. I've really enjoyed the patch and the update to the shotgun, but I think, again, I'll say it just to be honest, the core game should be fun, and I've got some ideas and some videos I want to make on that in the up and coming days. But just to keep this on topic, yeah, I don't think that balance will bring millions of players back, and I don't think balance will solve the arguing in the community, because Gears has always had a split community. But for me, just personally, I don't know how you feel about the update. You'll have to play it and put in the comments below what you think, but so far I'm really enjoying it, which was nice. Fixed an issue that caused AI in Horde to escape to kill down but not out players faster than intended, and fixed an issue that could cause players to be in a broken state after being rescued from an AI. The bugs to the Lizzie's ultimate and munitions card and the bloody skill card, they've all been fixed. Now the user experience multiplayer XP update, I was having a few error codes. I don't know if anybody from the dev team watches this, but I wrote down all the times, you can see here, when I was playing, how I felt about the game, what ping I was getting, and I kept getting this error code 0x000000C46 after every game, and I couldn't see my post game stats, my XP, my kill death ratio, nothing. But I was gathering XP and I was receiving elo because I was going up in elo. But it wasn't showing it, so I don't know if that was part of the bugs that are going to get fixed. We'll have to see. So on Tuesday we released a multiplayer update that aimed to deliver a more consistent XP rate, a higher XP rate. We've removed the difficulty curve for PvE, so for flat double XP earned rates on all difficulties. To achieve our goal of improving the multiplayer XP across lower difficulties whilst retaining the best XP for the higher difficulties. That sounds good, extra XP. Gnasher changes again. We had the gib range and the poke. It says earlier this week we made further changes to the Gnasher tuning as part of our ongoing revisions. And this is the thing I did want to say, is everyone's like harping on Twitter and YouTube and whatever. Like, balancing, it does take time. Again, I just compare it to games that I've played. StarCraft took ages to balance swarm hosts. If anyone remembers swarm hosts, my lord. League of Legends has always got jungle problems. AD carry, should they spike? When should they spike? And it's an ongoing thing, and I think hotfixes will allow the development process to be a bit quicker, I'm hoping. The goal of these changes was to bring more time, depth and strategy to close range fights and act as an effective counter to Gnasher players that relentlessly charge an opponent. Now don't get me wrong everybody, you can still charge in. All last night I was still charging in. You've just got to wait and be patient with your shot. And people are getting frustrated because it's a bit like old Gears 1. Somebody comes pushing you, you panic, you shoot a bit early and then they steam you. People are getting upset that they're doing 85 to 90%, but what you need to understand is there's a small delay when the player sprints to when they can shoot. Just be confident enough to let the person push you, and then when you know they're in gib range, shoot. You'll get used to it, and honestly I was really enjoying the combat. This week in Gears 5, we had the Valentine's week, which had this torque bow, which is like you shoot a torque bow. It's an awful game mode. I can't pretend like it's not. The idea behind it sounded fun. Everyone had a torque bow, and it was Cupid's bow, and you know that's what it was. You played free for all and tried to kill everybody with a torque bow, but it came across as just shoot the floor with a massive explosion, because the explosion literally did about 4 times as much damage as a boom shot. I'm not exaggerating. That was like the quirk. I would have liked to have seen, if I'd have had the chance to do a Cupid's idea, I wouldn't have come up with Cupid's torque bow, but I might have been able to iterate on it a little bit differently. I would have said that the torque bow doesn't deal any damage on the floor, so you have to stick people to, quote, charm them like Cupid. But if you shoot the floor, it explodes and leaves a red or pink like love mist, and anybody that walks through that mist is slowed down or charmed by Cupid. I think that would have been more thematic and a bit more fun, because getting killed by a massive explosion for me wasn't enjoyable. So that would be my feedback for that torque bow event. We've got the XP boost, some different medals. That's it for this week's What's Up. We're coming across our next hotfix and the arrival of Operation 3, so I guess you're going to have to rush your medals down. If you're thinking if there's anything in the tour you want to get, I recommend you do it. Personally, I don't play Gears to grind the tour. I just hop on for some fun, so I don't participate in the tour. Sometimes I will if I just fancy it, but I don't actively do it. If I want to grind, I'll play Path of Exile or a different type of game. For me, Gears, I just want to jump on and have some solid shooting fun. I know people get frustrated about the Tour of Duty, and they say to me like, oh, I've been grinding for like 3-4 hours and I'm getting really frustrated farming the tour. If it's really not enjoyable to you, just don't do it. I know that sucks because you miss out on skins, but honestly, skins aren't the end of the world. For me, maybe they are for you. If they are, man, that sucks. But I grew up in an era where like I had no skins, so just playing the game and shooting people was fun, and the core gameplay was the main priority. Like getting these sort of error codes fixed, stopping the errors where you get kicked from games, getting the correct ping. Sometimes I played Guardian and I got 170 ping. Those things stopped me having fun. And that's not a cop-out. I do think the tour could be massively improved and changed. And it's not me saying, oh, I don't want skins, so stop crying because you have to grind. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, if you're really not enjoying the Tour of Duty, just don't fret. It's not the end of the world if you don't get some skins. Put it this way, I bought a load of skins on League of Legends, and you play with them for like 50 games or something, and then you kind of get bored of seeing them, like, and then you want to move on to the next thing. That's kind of how these modern games work with skins. They give you endorphins, you buy the skin and you like love the fact that you've got a different coloured shotgun, and then it just becomes normal, and then you want the next rush. And I just try not to partake in it. I know people do skin videos and showcase them all, because some people like buying skins and doing all that, but I just try to keep on the channel just like gameplay stuff. So to me, higher XP, stopping the up A speed boost, not entirely, but what they mean is if you go in with not much momentum. Also, my camera's really weird today. I look incredibly ill. I'm sorry, just gonna have to deal with it. Also, partial beard growing back. We're in the stage of growing the beard back. Deal with it. But that's what it is. Those are the changes. I honestly did feel like the game had more depth. I did have a few comedy tweets, and I don't want to pick out on this person in particular, but it did make me laugh. I got a whole host of these tweets, and I was just like, really? For example, you know, if we look at this, for example, I'm going to bring it up. Hurry up. Don't drag the video out whilst I'm looking for it. I should probably keep talking. If you're enjoying the content, do like and subscribe. Let me know with a comment if you are enjoying the patch. And just like that, we've managed to find the tweet, and it was by a professional player, I believe, called Icy or someone. He shot this player from this distance on the new patch. This player here, and he shot him here. And he's saying that this kill right here should be a one-shot from this distance, but not just a one-shot. He should be doing 150 points of damage, meaning he should be killing him not just from this distance, but an extra half on top. Now, I'm sorry, but that is just not good gameplay. Being able to cannon somebody across the map and not even get into the whole poke versus one shot versus dance that made Gears famous and made Gears fun is lunacy. And we had a pro coach agree with him. He liked the tweet, and I was just like, what's going on? That to me is what people are getting frustrated at on this patch. They're saying, I point blank this guy, he didn't die, but the gib range has been lowered. You need to move in a little bit more. You need to think about, can I actually move in and blow this guy up and not risk myself getting blown up? Or should I play for poke? Should I move? Now, there is an element of it is hard to play for poke and move because there's only 6 bullets in the shotgun. And when you reload, you don't always get a full clip, which I do believe should be changed. I think a reload should just give you a full clip every time. But I'm not the developer. I can't change that. I can just give my opinion. That's all I can do on this channel. And yeah, I just thought I'd end with that. That's what people are getting frustrated at, basically, that you're shooting from this distance and he's not getting blown up, and people want him to be blown up from 1.5 times that distance, which is just lunacy, in my opinion. Trying to keep it real on the channel, as always. Thank you so much for supporting the content goal. As always, if you do want to add to the content goal or support it, there'll be links in the description. I try my best to be honest and fair with these videos and give you the updates. Let me know if you're enjoying the game. I know there's no maps. I know there's loads of crashes. Hopefully they all get fixed. I'm trying to stay positive because personally I'm having fun on Gears for the first time in a long time. So, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. If you hate the game, I don't know what to say to you. But there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed it. 1 comment, 1 like. You know the rules. Hopefully you had a great Valentine's Day. Thank you very much. Peace.